Good morning, everybody. Today is 4th of July, and this is Sandman, and I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of my 5 Miles More video podcast. So how's everybody doing? I am doing pretty darn good, considering that today is the first day of a nice 8-day stay-at-home staycation for me. Been working really hard, putting a lot of extra time in at work, and now that the little guy is off of school, looking forward to spending some really good time with him over the next 8 days, and my wife, and just kind of chill out. Don't really have anything major planned. A couple of minor house things, but nothing that I have to do. So today, I'm keeping with that whole theme of trying to bring you guys along on each one of my different running days, because each one is has a different goal. So today, I'm doing my long run, and I'm shooting for about 12 miles. And I'm about, I don't know, almost 2 miles into it. Feeling pretty good, but it is only the first 2 miles. Trying out the GoPro again today, as you can see. I got it on the head strap, and I'm gonna see how that works. See if it's a little less bouncy than a wrist strap. But we'll check it out. So I'm running on this long stretch of road. It's called Lake Road, that goes from my house pretty much all the way into the next county. And the reason it's named Lake Road is because it runs along Lake Ontario. And I like this course because it's pretty hilly. It's got some good rolling hills. Nothing that destroys me now, but I remember about 2 years ago when we first moved here, these hills just pretty much ruined me all summer long. I just was not used to running up inclines and down inclines, and then up some more and then down some more. But over the 2 years, I've kind of gotten a little accustomed to it. Man, that guy was going fast. And they don't seem to bother me as much. And I think as far as marathon distance training and ultra training go, you know, anytime that you can work hills into your long run, that'll make you really solid come race day. I know last year I had a bunch of injuries. My training pretty much sucked ass, and I went into my fall marathon thinking I was barely going to survive, and I wound up setting a new PR by more than 5 minutes. And I attribute a lot of that to the fact that even though my training wasn't great, it was still done on a lot of good hills, and that really helped me through the race, because last year's marathon was a little flatter. So I'm gonna bring you along today, and we'll catch up in a little while. So here we are again, still on my run. So like I mentioned earlier, one of the reasons I really like this little lakeside route is when you look to my left here in a minute, you get to see the lake, and it's really, really beautiful. But this one spot right here gives you the best vista of all. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll actually run down to the lakefront, and there it is, Lake Ontario. Looks kind of rough today. The weather is pretty much perfect for a long distance run. There's a light wind, temperature's about 75 degrees, and not really a cloud in the sky. Humidity's been really high lately, but not today, which is nice. So there's the lake. Pretty beautiful. So, you know, a lot of people who start out running think that all your runs have to be at breakneck pace. And while fast running is good and will do a lot for you in your conditioning, you shouldn't do every run like that. And there's no way I could certainly run 12 miles at breakneck pace. So today's goal is just try to keep it at a nice 9-minute pace. Try and stay steady, try and stay even, and see where we wind up at the end. Last week I ran 10 miles, but I did it on the Hojak Trail, which I also love running on. But boy, it sure was a rough one. I just never got into the groove. I was pretty sore, and I wound up running a little bit slower than I wanted to. And a lot of that is due to the fact that my GPS watch, my Garmin, does not get a good GPS signal when there's a heavy tree canopy. So along this route, there are trees, but they're certainly not as heavy as they are on the trail. So today, you know, it's kind of a little test. I just want to see if it was a tree canopy and me not being able to judge my pace, why I felt like I did so horrible last week. But we'll continue on. So, a lot of people who don't live in New York think that it's all skyscrapers. Well, New York City may be, but upstate New York is not. We are a lot of farmland. And that's another reason I love this little course along the lake. It's just so peaceful. You know, you get this far out, it's less traffic. It's kind of nice. The shoulder gets a lot wider, which I definitely appreciate. And you see a lot of other bikers and runners on the weekend, you know, and that just kind of boosts your spirits a little bit. You know, you may be slumping through your run, wondering if you're gonna be able to finish, and you see some other people out there working as hard as you do, and it's really nice to feed off their enthusiasm. So I'm about 6 miles in, feeling pretty good, a little tired, didn't exactly sleep the best. I have definitely gotten the hang of using the valve for my Nathan running vest bladder. It was kind of tricky there at first, but now I think I'm able to get the right amount of fluid when I'm running without gasping for air at the same time. A little tricky, but I was able to pick it up. So my training has been going on for almost 2 weeks now, and I gotta say, it is kicking my ass. You know, I'm not new to training for distance running events. I've run a bunch of marathons, half marathons, and much smaller 5Ks and 10Ks. So training to run long is nothing new to me. But this particular type of training is, I'm following a ultra marathon plan out of competitor.com, which was written by Sean Messenger, who is a big-time ultra distance athlete, coach, that kind of thing. And you know, the plan isn't too bad. It's about 16 weeks long, which is typical for, you know, a marathon plan. And you know, it's got some big runs. It's got 5 different runs, 20 miles or more, which that'll be the most that I've ever done in a training season. One year I think I did like 2 22 or 23 milers, and they were hard. So I know that those 5 runs are going to be pretty brutal, because they're all going to be almost right after each other on a weekly basis. But that's okay. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and if I progress slowly, I should be able to do just fine. So a lot of running on the legs the last 2 weeks. a lot of volume, and that can be tough. And a lot of race-specific workouts like hill work and speed work and stuff like that. So the legs are pretty tired, but that's part of it. That's part of learning how to go the ultra distances, being able to run on those tired legs, you know, and that's okay. Earlier this week I was kind of limping through my mid-distance run, feeling sorry for myself. My hamstrings and my hips have been so super tight lately, and I've just been grasping at anything I can do to relieve some of that. And I may have found some really good yoga poses that are going to help. They seem to be stretching out my hips at least, which is kind of a tricky muscle spot to stretch out. You know, that's one of the problems with being a distance runner. You typically find that you have tight hips, tight hamstrings, and boy, I fit that bill. So, you know, I'm just trying to work through that, hopefully with consistent stretching and my cross-training routine. I can strengthen and loosen those areas up a little bit so they don't kill me come race day. But we'll keep on going, hanging in there, sucking down some gels, and loving this weather. Couldn't ask for a better day. There you go. 12 miles in the bag. According to the Garmin, we did it in 1 hour and 50 minutes. That felt pretty good. A little slower than I wanted to do, but not too bad. Not too bad. So I forgot to mention earlier that yesterday was the 550th day of straight running. That's pretty cool. I can't believe I've been doing it for this long. Whew. So much for stopping at 366 days, huh? As long as I survive this ultra training, the streak will continue. Whew. That was a good one. Lots and lots of fun. Beautiful day. Perfect temperature. Perfect humidity. Couldn't ask for a better day. Hey there everybody, hope you all enjoyed today's episode of the 5 Miles More video podcast. I hope you're having a great 4th of July. I hope you're able to spend it with your family and your friends and that you don't have to work. I don't have to work, which is really, really nice. I've worked the last few 4th of Julys and it's kind of sucky, but what are you going to do? For those of you that raced today, I hope that you had a great day racing and that you smashed your races. I hope that if you aren't racing, you got out there for a few miles because it's just a perfectly gorgeous day. I hope that everyone's doing really well. If there's anything I can do to help you with your training, or if you have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to contact me. And I hope everybody has a great day. Ride that lightning, everybody. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.